Hey, it's Hiker Dude Dad, and I am here at Gifford Pinchot State Park. And this is going to be where I hang my hammock tonight. Alright, it's very quiet here. There's some people camping, but for the most part, pretty low-key, pretty quiet here. I mean, it's a Tuesday, and it's probably about 4:20 in the afternoon, so I'm headed down. I started on the Lakeside trail. I'm going to try and do the whole thing tomorrow. It's a 8 to 9 mile loop around the entire lake. Hook up with a ridge trail. That'll bring me back to the Lakeside trail and just do a little short jaunt tonight, and then go back and set up camp. And yeah, chill, and then hit it early tomorrow morning, do the 9 mile Lakeside loop, then hit the road back to civilization. So old farm trail here, pretty muddy, kind of low-lying, swampy. Fairly easy though. This is right behind Loop B. It's a campground, so I think this is pretty much here for kids to go run and play. I actually saw some bear footprints, like no shoe footprints, not bear the animal, no shoe footprints in the mud back there. Kind of overgrown here too. So I just want to get a little more motion in here before setting up camp and all. So I'm a mile in right now. It might just be another mile and a half till I'm back at the camp, so we can get set up then. So this sucks. This is basically this entire ridge trail. I thought ridge might imply some altitude, or getting up above, away from the lake. Trying to jump from root to root, but man, this is gross. Seriously worried about doing the Lakeside trail tomorrow. I mean, that's going to be right on the lake. Not waterproof today. I only have one pair of socks with me. Yeah, I'm awesome. Jeez. Yeah. This is absolutely disgusting. Alright. So on to some dry land. This is absolutely disgusting. I do have a pair of clean pants to sleep in tonight. My socks don't feel real wet, but I think I'm going to be drying them by the fire tonight. It's just gross. It's so wet. I mean, we're near a giant lake, and we have had rain a lot of the past, like, 4 or 5 days. So, some kind of stream here, maybe. Our bridge is almost falling. Oh, hey, look. More mud. Alright, put this down, pick my spots here. Alright, so I'm on paved road all the way back to my campsite here. It's just gross. Yeah, I don't know what I expected with all the rain that we've had. This past weekend at Blue Rocks, I ran into that situation where the trail was just absolutely flooded. Yeah, it's just been a real wet end of May here, so yeah, I don't know. I think maybe I'll If I see a ranger tonight, I'll ask them about it. If I see one of these host families, ask them about the trails, the Lakeside Trail. See if it's realistic to do the whole thing tomorrow morning without that. So anyway, time to set up camp. And home sweet home, Lakeside. So this is interesting. As I was stacking up kindling here, getting ready to make a fire, I noticed that the fire wasn't, like the coals were warm. I have not added a match yet. I've got matches and ready to go, but I've not added one yet. Make sure your fires are out when you leave campsites. Something burnable down in there. There we go. Caught some of the leaves under there. Side note, telescoping bellows is absolutely awesome. Getting these fires going and keeping them going. Yeah, that is just warm coals from yesterday. I did not add one match. Wow. I am absolutely rocking this fire. I just hope I have enough wood until it gets dark. It is almost 8 o'clock. It should be getting dark by 8:30 or so, but man, I'm really doing a good job with this fire tonight, and not bad for starting it without artificial fire. Oh God, I still can't get over this view. So when I walk down to my little stone dock here, be able to see a sunset pretty soon. Guys, this is amazing. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna jinx myself by saying this, but there are no bugs. I was positive that on the water I'd be slathering up the repellent and everything else, but there have been absolutely no bugs. I don't know what's going on. I probably just jinxed myself. Maybe it's my amazing fire keeping them away. I don't know, but this is just an absolutely beautiful night. I think it's as close to a sunset as I'm gonna get here. It's gonna go behind those clouds pretty soon, but man, this is great. I'm one space over actually at 115 or 117, whichever. But man, super unobstructed view of the sunset. fantastic. So before it gets too dark, I'm gonna have a little fireside chat with you, tell you a little story about Governor Gifford Pinchot. Lived from 1865 to 1946. He is an amazing American conservationist. He was appointed by the man, the myth, the legend. They do not make presidents like this anymore. Teddy Roosevelt. Period. Best president ever. Best human being ever. He was amazing. In 1898, Theodore Roosevelt appointed Gifford Pinchot the first forester of the United States and acted as the president's chief advisor in the conservation movement. You often think of Teddy Roosevelt as conservationist, national parks, you know, it's all him. A lot to do with Gifford Pinchot also. Said Teddy Roosevelt, among the many, many public officials who under my administration rendered literally invaluable service to the people of the United States, Gifford Pinchot, on the whole, stood first. Awesome. He became governor of Pennsylvania in 1922. He often worked 16 hours a day. He created the first Pennsylvania state budget, erased the state's debt, and gave himself a pay cut. What the Have you ever heard of a politician doing that these days? They don't make them like that anymore. They just don't. Pinchot fought hard for the people several times a week. He held office hours. Anyone could just walk in and talk to him. A public official is there to serve the public and not run them. Quote by Gifford Pinchot. What an amazing thought. He was elected to a second term as governor in 1930 and labored for employment improvements during the Great Depression. There's a lot of places in Pennsylvania where we've run into buildings that President Franklin Roosevelt established. During the Great Depression, Governor Pinchot set up work camps throughout the state that became models for the CCC that President Franklin Roosevelt created. All this information blew my mind. Like, I've heard the name Governor Pinchot for years, and Pinchot State Park and the Pinchot Trail. Growing up in Harrisburg, I've heard it forever. I had no idea what he did until I started researching this. His work camps built 20,000 miles of paved roads for, quote, taking the farmer out of the mud, end quote. These paved country roads made it easier for farmers to get from the farm to the market. The first Pinchot Road crosses the park. It's now PA Route 177, but that was the first of these roads that was created by Governor Pinchot that is now crosses the state park in his name. In 1961, this park was dedicated Gifford Pinchot State Park by then Governor David Lawrence. So I'll tell you, man, they just don't make people, and especially politicians, like that anymore. Enough said on that. Beautiful morning by the lake. the oatmeal, got the coffee going. Feeling good. Didn't sleep too great last night. I want to look along the water here. At some point, something, I feel like a tree just fell and crashed into the river, to the lake here. It was so loud, and it was definitely like a splitting wood sound. But you'd be surprised along the lake here how much noise there is at night. There is this steady buzzing on and off, like a low humming buzzing, which I realize now I think are like cluster right here. So that was going on, and then fish jump landing, taking off, like, go to sleep, it's nighttime, go to sleep. And so it was very nice. The campground itself was very peaceful and quiet, and you know, no annoying neighbors or anything like that. It's just like all the nature going on was like every time I get to sleep. The thing, it had to be like one of these trees over here just like split and toppled. We didn't have any weather. There's no wind, there was no rain, no lightning, nothing like that. So I have no idea what it is, but I'm going to explore a little bit. All right, so right through there is my campsite. Up there basically is my car. I just came over one site and down. And I'm glad I wasn't staying there, because here's this branch. Huge thing that I think cleaved off of right there. That had to be what I heard last night. It was loud. It was, my God. All right, well, I'm glad I was over there and not somewhere on this site. I mean, honestly, my hammock and stuff car would have been up there, but that would have been too close for comfort. I walked down here yesterday, down this little path right here, just to kind of get close to the water here. It's a nice little area here, actually. Nice little grotto, if you will. But yeah, this fell in the middle of the night. Totally. Probably just because it's rotted. All right, so we're gonna give Lakeside Trail a shot here. It's a blue trail. We're right along Beaver Creek. Beaver Creek is what comes out of Pinchot Lake. I can hear spillway from the dam up here. Standing on top of the dam now. Here, big grass mound is the dam, and then Pinchot Lake going all the way back there. So you got these floating barriers. We saw these at Holtwood Dam. This is to catch big stuff from clogging up the spillway and everything. Gorgeous, beautiful morning here. 60 degrees, nice and crisp. Saw this little water snake swimming across the surface. The wake out there. Right, it's nice and dry here. That was a great seat. Great seat for fish. So the Lakeside Trail here has blue blazes. It is this section of it is also the Mason-Dixon Trail. Mason-Dixon Trail goes from Whiskey Springs out in central Pennsylvania at the Appalachian Trail and heads east to the York area, which is Ireland, and I think loops back up and ends in Chadsford, Pennsylvania. All right, so hopping out of the woods here, one of the day use areas. A couple kayakers out there. Got like a little cove here to put in. All right, so done here at Gifford Pinchot State Park. That was a heck of a 3 state park trip here. A lot of fun. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Ring that bell, get some notifications. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. I think that a fish jumped. The fish jumped in the lake right there, and I jumped. I'm gonna eat my oatmeal, and I'm gonna drink my coffee. And I think then I'll be a little better off to talk to you.